Broadcast live.
This episode of Catching Waves is brought to you in association with the people of Miller Genuine Draft. Please enjoy responsibly. Not for sale to the persons under the age of 18.
We're in day 2 and Siyodibana with an artist. Day 2 on the Miller Genuine Draft Catching Waves. Okay, day 2 eKapa Town. Namhlanje sidibana noSisi. Oh, Catching Waves, day 2 in association with Miller Genuine Drafts eKapa. Namhlanje sodibana noSisi. Umsebenzi waloSisi ndambona ngenxa kaSanele. Usanele in the rap sense. Wayenayo lo msebenzi waloSisi like 3 years ago. Hey, Fetsu. Fell in love with it, and I thought that firstly I've got to own this woman's work, and secondly I just need to talk to her and like find out like how this amazing and fantastic thing that is her work comes alive. So ke ngoku khawume man wena ngibona sinzilinga. So ke ngoku sodibana naye, and I'll be finding out as much as you will about her because it's the first time ngincokola naye. Igama lakhe at Dada Khanyisa. That's on Instagram. Her first name is Khanyisa. Igama lakokwabo kuDada. So Miller Genuine Draft, Catching Waves, Cape Town, genuine talented host, genuine talented people. That's how we do it. Masang.
Van die Kaap sy alles uit as hy gans. Hy kan nie staan wyd. Dis die Cape wat die kan smyt, laat die baan breek. Gebruik maar die chance, dyk saam die saak styk. Maak jou lyk as die lamp, sy vang die sound uit. Meditate, ek is altyd op die round uit. Die flow beater as scream. Don't worry, I'll wait. Van my style is wild.
Day 2 wethu sodibana no Khanyisa Dada at Dada Khanyisa on Instagram. Like I said, an artist by profession, trade, and passion. Usually, you do an interview, we've got 2 separate chairs. It's so nice. But there is no divide. We are one. Sisonke. Usugapi, wakhula njani, mother and father, just family dynamics. Because I believe umntu lendo ayiyo is informed but where they come from. So it's for me to understand you, I dig deep into your past, something like a sangom.
Yeah. So I come from a matriarchal home, but also there's a lot of amajid.
Sure.
So the mothers had a lot of sons, and then those were my cousins, my uncles, and then I came after a long, list of sons, and then yes, would see how it happens in a black home where impasla they get passed
hand me down.
So that's where I got the influence. That's where I got like introduced to the lifestyle.
Sure. Even
like the kitting, just my mannerisms, because those were the people that actually modeled life,
Which area?
So Mzimkhulu.
Where's that at?
Mzimkhulu is in KZN, but it's known for it's like an area where like Amaxhosa moved to KZN.
Okay.
Like on the map, it used to be, say the map, yes, KZN is red and Eastern Cape is green.
Yeah.
And Mzimkhulu would be green also in KZN.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's crazy. So it's like a fusion of, it has become a fusion of Xhosa and Zulu.
And this whole time, like butchong aesthetic yako and your mannerisms, I'm like you full on Joburg, Soweto, Okanye, Dobsonville, Deep Kloof, Andazi.
Like Joburg, but I mean if you trace it back, like you said,
Sure.
So in that household of like where I went for holidays, my grandmother's house, I had a lot of cousins. When they played soccer, I played soccer. When they make weapons, I made weapons. So that's where I figured out, so it's actually I'm good with my hands.
start drawing these type of characters? The eyes, you know, it's a distinctive style.
So I studied animation.
There we go.
Studied animation in Joburg, and then that's where I had that understanding that when you watch The Simpsons, you're watching South Park.
Yep.
You don't have to be watching, but if you put Eric Cartman over here, you'll know he belongs in that world. You know the Simpsons belong in that world. So that was something that was like engraved in our thinking, in our practice, that you must set yourself apart. When I moved to Cape Town after studying animation, I moved here to study art. And I kind of had an idea. I had the character forming at that time, but I needed stories. And I remember having a friend who had studied art who had a very interesting way of seeing Izid. So I needed a BA thinking. It formed itself. It's even changing now.
Sure.
Yeah, but it comes down to that thing we're talking about actually yesterday, the caricature, the simplifying, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because with that I can get away with saying most things. And, you know, it kind of made sense that it ihlanganile, you know? The first result of these relief, these 3D paintings was an experiment actually. So we're working with a CNC router, Eskolwen. And I'm like, oh shit.
What is that?
It's this machine that, they do science with that.
Okay, sure.
So and then it's that thing.
It out.
Yeah, it cuts it out, goes level deep, cuts it out. So that one could do it in 3D level. So I'm like, okay, I want to see how this thigh is going to translate in this thing. So I had a nice, curvaceous thigh, and from studying animation, I could model in a 3D software, and then I could actually have the machine read that, and you know.
Yeah.
And then it took so long. It was such a tedious process of booking the space. Just for one little thing to happen, I had to be there multiple times, and I was like. Actually, Spanska Sanele was the first time I did it myself.
Wow. He's got the piece.
He has the one that started.
He has the one.
He has the one that sparked it all.
Yo. Yeah, how did he get it? How did that happen?
So Sanele was one of the people I used to consult when I was making miniature shoes.
Yes.
So those were
I remember those.
Yeah.
I remember those. Oh, when he used to work for Nike, and he used to have events.
Yeah.
You were the one that made the miniature shoes.
I made the miniature shoes.
Kusekudapho siyakhona xa abazali bedlula abantwana babo lenyala madoda elo.
When we were talking about the gentrification, I had never found someone who felt badly about gentrification, because most people that were beneficiaries of gentrification were white people. For the first time, I was speaking to someone who felt damn, I feel a certain way. Can you explain what you were talking about this one?
It was something that a friend of mine told me, that as we grow and we make money, we must be responsible about them. You know, especially in these areas in Cape Town, like Bokap and Woodstock, Salt River. There are families that are pushed out of the community so we can have these houses, you know? So we can have these, we can rent, we can have a digs. You know, there are families that are pushed out, it's renovated, and then the rent is taken up. And then the neighbors also are put under pressure because you have this beautifully renovated house that has students in it, and you know, and the flow of new energy. So that also creates hostility between the students or the young professionals living in the house and the neighbors who've been there for 100 years.
Can you explain this one behind us? Because I'm sure Abandu are thinking, what's up?
What's up with this family? So the focus is on the central person. She's wearing a t-shirt that says woke. she has a book that says Woke People's Guide to Judging Politically Incorrect People. This was a piece I did in 2017, final year in university. I was actually annoyed by my peers because they were too self-righteous. It was just like annoying. And then she was the perfect figure to actually, you know, express and speak about that frustration. So the name of the piece is What is this patriarchy you speak of? So we go to university, we learn, and we have these terms and we take them back home, you know. Take them back home, she's questioning why the father has such a big piece of chicken. She's vegetarian as a result of her university experience and friends she met along the way. And she is a reference to the Kermit the Frog, just sipping tea and minding business, you know?
Okay, sure.
And then he is a character from, what was that movie with Eddie Murphy? Where they were all like fat.
Natty Professor.
Natty.
No, that wasn't Natty Professor.
It was Natty Professor.
It was, yes, in the dinner table.
In the dinner table, and there was this kid who was just like eating,
Sure.
eating, you know? So I think I had watched it and I found it very entertaining that this kid is.
Yeah, I think you're extremely smart. I think you are, a lot of smart people are cluttered. I think what's brilliant about your smartness and intelligence is that it's very clear. Like, I can feel it, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously in Joburg, you don't feel that as much, you know?
Yeah.
Because also the city, and there's so many people. So yeah, man, we're really proud of you. I'm really thankful for this opportunity you've given us to talk to you. And I know it's going to change a lot of kids' lives out there. It's going to change a lot of old people's lives out there. And yes, yeah, I'm last on the waiting list. So when I do get my piece, you definitely will know about it.
Shout out, thank you.
Please do believe Bakunzima, and it's financially strenuous to bring you such dope content again and again and again and again. So we'd like to thank Miller for making this here journey for us just a little bit easier.
Ik is een wijze fucking man, King Salaman, fuck with me, you will be MC on the run.
One more stop in town, Long Street, is the Sneaker Cartel Lounge / sneaker store / club. And Sizongola Apa no. Drum roll, please. Rolo, Rozay. Sam. So tell me about your beginnings, man. How did this all happen for you?
Like me getting into sneakers, like it's from like, I think I was like standard 4. That's how old I am, so I don't say grade.
No
I
doubt.
don't even know what grade
That's
that
grade
is.
6. You just
know?
minus 2.
Oh wait.
Then you add it. Or
So-
plus 2.
So yeah, so I think like my first because but before that I always wanted the shoes. But like it's not about watching basketball games because we never got that stuff yet.
Sure.
So it wasn't any athletic inspiration.
What drew you to them?
It was like the magazines, the sitcoms, the Martins, the Fresh Prince, Living Color, Wayne Bros, all those type of things. So 90s sitcoms, even in the house.
Definitely.
Like even now I'm watching that stuff and the shoe catches me. You understand? So I'm like, that is how it used to be. So it wasn't anything about watching basketball games because I've never been athletic, but I'm Olympic gold medalist.
Never been athletic, but I'm still a baller.
You know?
Sure. Can you talk about Cape Town and like Cape Town and its love affair with the kick?
Bruh, it's not just any kicks. It's the joints with the air bubble.
It's the joints with the air bubble.
Do you understand?
And this one you can tell this person's had it for a while because
This
even
thing-
the air bubble's gone yellow.
Yeah, this is like 1996 or 97. This is a DT5. Or maybe 97 because the DT Max came out 96, so this is like it's 97, 98.
Cape Town people always know the years. The name of the shoe. Crazy. How did you start converting your love for shoes into sneakers? Because in Joburg, I guess because money and enterprise happens in Joburg, you guys being some of the main aficionados like you and Hayden, even Zaid,
Yeah.
you know, you guys did a lot of things for sneaker culture here in Cape
Cape
Town.
Town.
And also us, like I remember seeing you guys for the first time at the first street cred.
Now I saw you at the Mano concert.
The Mano concert.
And you were like, yo, why you have gold teeth in the club? It's 2009.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't even.
You saved your name under Scoop, Sneakers, and I don't know, we were drunk. Shout out to Nick.
Your memory is impeccable, Rolo.
You understand? But that's the impact that you had, because I remember seeing you on Street Journal and all of those type of things. And I remember I was on Street Journal, but I was working with Mustafa. And I think we also conversed about that whole thing. That was like in 2007. You know, so that's also one of the inspirations that I had growing up, you know. But like growing up into like when I came back to Cape Town, so now I'm like, now I have the encyclopedias of all these XXL magazines that I brought back that my auntie threw away. Shout out to her, you know. And I put those magazines on the pages onto my books at school. They were like, yo, you're not supposed to like cover your books in this shit. There's like booties and niggas with guns and shit like that. But like, that was like my high school time. But like even the first job went boss. Even now, when you asked about how I converted it into that, I think the first job that I really got into like the sneaker part of things was at Puma. You know, so then I headed up the Select franchise that was never done anywhere in the world. I was like, you know, pushing the boundaries with those type of things. And from there, I took a break, came back. I think I wanted to go work at TFG, just to come in like, I didn't want to come in there like say, yeah, I'm this nigga. I just came in like suddenly, I went on my government name.
What's TFG? I'm sorry.
Fushini Group.
Showcase.
You know, so I went there on the government name, so they didn't know who
What
it
is
is.
your government? I've never even.
My government name, Reagan Zederberg.
I never knew that. Because a lot of coverage happens in Joburg. And even though you've got Joburg dudes that know you, and I mean, we're always in the pictures together whenever we're at events together, it matters when who you are can travel and translate to the young kids. And Plug Magazine had that cover with you, youngster Hayden, and Zaid. Tell me how it feels to be a sort of a foundation block for so much that is now coming into fruition.
Bro, that shit took me away, like to be on a cover of a magazine, never mind it's digital or whatever, it's a cover, you understand? I'm not in the cover of The Voice being shot 55 times. Do you understand? I'm on this cover, bruh, like that moment when I saw it, I was like, yo. Because look, you on set, you doing it, blah, blah, blah. But like when we saw it, like I was like, yo, shit really happened. And it took me back from like being who I am and where I'm from and what I've been doing and the guys on that cover, especially Zaid and Hayden. You know, Youngster and Imran, we've met those guys like later in our journey, you know, but like those two dudes.
You started with
Do
those
you know we never had a lot of photos together up until in Dubai.
I just met your father now, and I
For
saw
the second time.
For the second time, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I saw the picture that you had of him on the gram, and I was like, what a cool old man dressed in these wares. And it's like, yo, it's my dad. And you were saying something about when you were young, they used to call you?
Barry's a lighty, like Barry's kid.
And now you are older,
yeah.
and they call you?
Now it's like, now he's being referred to Rolo's dad.
I never had an idea that things was going to work out to where it is today. Because, I mean, it started with one pair of tackies, and eventually it went on and on and on. And he grew up actually without a mother. So I raised him and his sister. And then, you know, kids start wearing tackies and all that, you know. And as a parent, you always was just the one that say, where are you going with the shoes? You can't go with the shoes. You can't go with me here, there. But eventually, as time went on, I see that this man had something more than just a liking in shoes. He had a love for it. And eventually, it became a passion over years. And so I decided to assist and support him in that, you know. And there was a time when things seemed like we were drifting apart. And so I had to sit and think of something. How can I do? What can I do? And it's only for me to show interest into what he was busy doing. And that started our relationship to rebuild our relationship again. And over the years, it has become stronger and stronger. I saw the way that he was going. So I felt it was just going to be justified to support him in that. Because Cape Town is rife with gangs and gangsters, and there's a lot of elements that can draw you in. But the way that he went, my support behind it, I'm actually glad that he went this way.
When you look at it, the first guy that I saw with the crinkle cut tracksuit and the high top sneakers, that was my uncle Owen. It's my dad's baby brother. And then later in life, I think you have people like Brad Abrams, you know, and those are the guys. And you don't have to be older than me to inspire me. Like this young boy named Zaini, you know, so this cat, like when I speak about this guy, I'm like, this guy got next when it comes to like the love for these joints, you know. So, and then also you have to shout out my guys, French Poloni boys, you know. It's Said, it's Hayden, it's Yasin, it's Cheslin, both of them. It's Ashley, the Basson brothers. It's, yo, I don't want, like, it's gonna be, like, I don't want to miss anyone, but like those are the type of things. You get like different people, you get people like, yeah, so that's why it's not just older people that would inspire me. There'll be younger people too, you know. So, yeah, they know, like, Paul Ward, these are the guys that constantly, you know, like Waga, my crew, you know. And I have younger bulls now, like Justin, you know. I got so many people, like my circle has never not become smaller. Like I wouldn't block out anyone, but like you can't just come and sit with me if you're a square. We never do that, but like I won't shun you away. You'll just, the energy will deplete, you know, you know, but like to give shout outs to all those Owens, it's you know, those are the guys. Like it's not necessarily older than me. You get different people that inspire me on a day-to-day, you know.
Nice one, my brother. Are you proud of yourself, Rolo?
Yeah, I'm proud of me. You know?
Is that all you have to say, Rolo?
Shout out to me. Shout out to the internet.
Broadcast live